So to be able to, kind of be not the rebel child of my family, but to say, hey, I want to do country music was kind of a departure, but they definitely supported me in it. So I started writing and singing at like 15 years old, and then started working on different things, and then I auditioned for The Voice at 17, and the rest was really history. But it really started in church and stuff.
And who were some of your musical inspirations when you were growing up?
Growing up, I loved Dolly Parton. I loved Miranda Lambert, the Chicks. Oh my gosh, Shania Twain, the Jonas Brothers, Miley Cyrus, Coldplay. I really listened to so many different artists. I was kind of a melting pot, but those first ones were definitely the ones that I listened to. I mean, Gretchen Wilson, she was obviously incredible. But country music was definitely the heart of it. I grew up, my dad used to take me to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo in Houston, which is the biggest rodeo in the US. And that's where I fell in love with it as well.
Amazing. And you mentioned that you did The Voice, I believe you were on season two back in 2012. Um, what was that whole experience like for you? Was that sort of the biggest thing you'd done at that point in your career?
I mean, it still feels surreal. I can't believe that I got to perform at such a young age in front of so many people. And I always say, like, newer artists, they have to play 1,000 bars to get what I got in one night. And I still am so grateful to have had the platform like The Voice to get America to fall in love with my personality and my story. And since then, I hope that been a good steward of just like taking that moment and growing from it. And I'm just super grateful for every opportunity that I've had since then. And hopefully being, the artist that other artists and other, you know, kids or fans can look up to. And but yeah, it all started on the show for me.
That's amazing. And you grew up in Texas. What's it like growing up in Texas, being like surrounded by so much good country music?
Texas is, I mean, it's incredible. I mean, we grew up. We had Strawberry Festival, Gator Fest. There were so many little fun little festivals that had all these different little country bands that played. And some of those country bands are huge artists now, like, Josh Abbott Band, Randy Rogers Band I saw, Kyle Park, Cody Johnson, Eli Young Band. I grew up going to all their shows when I was a teenager. And I mean, I was such a big fan, and I still am a big fan of the Texas country scene, and it's such its own thing. But I mean, country music is a part of Texas, and as well as the, more country lifestyle. And I admire all the artists that are there. But yeah, that's definitely what kind of, definitely shaped me as a songwriter and artist. And then you have people like, obviously Miranda, that's from Texas as well.
Yeah. And can you remember what it was like when you first like went from Texas, going to Nashville, and then recording music across there, writing your songs? What was that experience like?
I just, I couldn't believe that it was happening to me. You know, I was just like, God is so good, truly. Like, I feel like every moment that I had, every door that I was walking through, every person I was riding with, I was just like, how am I here? How did I get here? And it was because of, just I know that it was God and just him having a plan. And I pray every morning that, God would open the doors that he wants to open and close the ones he wants to close. And I'm grateful for the ones he's opened, and I'm grateful for the ones he's closed. And I don't take this life for granted. And um that little girl that was 17 walking up and down Music Row with a guitar on her back is still the girl that I am today. And I show up, I write, I work hard. And I think that's why I'm still here, is because I've never been a stranger to hard work and figuring out what I need to do to make it all happen. So
Amazing.
thank you.
And would love to talk to you about some of your music. One
Yeah.
of the first tracks that we ever heard of yours was Love Triangle.
Oh,
And can we talk a bit about that song, where that
yeah.
the meaning behind that song came from?
Yeah. So I wrote that song from my perspective of my parents' divorce and how it felt to be stuck in the middle of two people you love the absolute most, your mom and your dad. And um, I I love this song. I love everything that it represents, and I know it's a heartbreaking song, but it healed my heart in so many ways to be able to put my emotions to paper of what it felt like to be a child of divorce. And I know that it's impacted so many other kids and families, and I am genuinely forever grateful for the impact that this song has made in so many people's lives. And it's there's so many random people that'll come up to me that say that that song changed their life or changed the way that they thought about songs, and even like pop artists like and pop songwriter. Just I'm telling you, like it never fails. Once a week somebody comes up to me and talks to me about Love Triangle. And that's the power of music. I think music is here to heal and to help people get through things, and it's really cool to see that song take off the way it did, and empower and impact people the way it did.
Absolutely. I think writing a song from your perspective of something that you had went through, but that can resonate with so many people. And like you say, help so many people and people still come up to you and thank you for that.
Yeah, it really is so special, and I instantly feel connected to them when I hear their stories.
And another song I would love to talk to you about is Boyfriend, because I know that song had a lot of traction over social media, especially on like TikTok. So what was the thinking behind that song?
The thinking behind Boyfriend was, I at the time I was dating this guy and we broke up, and it was the first girl that I saw him with his first girlfriend after me, and it was just a simple idea, like, we had had all this history, like, and history being a year of dating. So I'm being a little dramatic. We're all a little dramatic at 18 or 17 whenever I wrote it. Um, and it was just this new girl he met, and I'm thinking like, I want your boyfriend. I'm not gonna lie, like, like it was one of the first songs that I felt like was just me having a conversation, and it was the first song I ever played Blake Shelton. So we were all at his house when we were on The Voice, and all these artists were, all the ones on his team were hanging out with him, and some of them were playing the original music, and I was like, oh, I have this song I just wrote. And I played it for him, and he pulled me aside. He goes, wait, that song's actually really special. And I was like, or I was thinking in my head, like, are you shitting me? Like, are you sure? Like, but he wasn't lying. And, but no, I'm sorry. He said, did you write that? And I'm thinking in my head, well, if you like it, I wrote it. If you don't like it, I didn't write it. My cousin Eddie did. So I was really grateful that he liked it. But it definitely, I feel like was a great start to my career when it came to like spunk and fun and just telling my story.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that your one of your albums, Bear Town, was like amazing, and the songs on that album as well. It really
Thank
does
you.
go to show like how fun like your music is when, and that them songs on that album must be great to perform live as well.
Oh, so much fun. Keep Up is one of my favorite to perform live.
And you've recently like released a new song, "Long Live Country Music," and
Mm.
that's just like a great song, great fun. What was the thinking behind that one?
I wanted to write a song that celebrated all the amazing artists that have gone before us. And I always pray that when I go to be with Jesus later in life, that hopefully later in life, that, my songs will live on and my legacy will live on. And I might not live long, but long live country music. And so that's just kind of the heart behind the song, is just like celebrating those ones that have gone before us. My favorite is that I walk the line like Johnny, but I'll do it looking like Dolly. Because me, I'm always walking the line, but I'm gonna do it with all my extensions in and some fake lashes on. So
That's amazing. That is such a good line.
thank you.
And so your latest EP, Jingle Jangle Rock, which came out on the 7th of November, what's the reaction been like to that project? Because it's all Christmas.
It's been great. I was super excited to put out a Christmas project. I love Christmas. It's my whole personality every day. Normally, it's actually amazing that I'm not wearing a Christmas sweater right now, because I normally am wearing a Christmas sweater every single day during the holidays. I have a whole Christmas wardrobe. Like I have Christmas, long sweater, dresses, skirts, all the things. So it's been really fun to be able to put that spirit into a project and it's doing really well. So I'm excited. And we also found out that a song that I wrote earlier this year is going to be in a Hallmark movie. So that's cool. So we're adding that to the project too. So it's really cool to see it all come together. Christmas is truly one of my favorite seasons.
And so, what's it like having a song that you know is going to feature part of a movie? Is it the movie Christmas on Duty? Is it?
I think it's pretty cool. I'm excited. I'm excited to see where they place it.
Yeah, it must be like, well, when you're watching that, it'll be surreal seeing your song being
Oh
played on
yeah.
movie.
We
And
I had a Keep Up was placed in a Netflix movie this year, and it was just, and I had no idea. For some reason, I didn't know. And I'm watching this movie, and I was like, "Wait, is that my song?" And that's happened to me a few times. It's hilarious.
that's mad. And so the EP, it's got three original tracks on there and two covers.
Yep.
Um, how did you come about writing these Christmas songs? Like Redneck Christmas is like our favorite off that EP.
I wanted to just like, I mean, I grew up with all kinds of Christmas. Like we had family that had a lot of money, we had family that didn't have a lot of money, we had family that was more dysfunctional, less dysfunctional, and I wanted to celebrate all those aspects. And honestly, my favorite family to go visit was my super redneck family that were like, just barely getting by, having a good time, drinking beer, living life, and just happy to be with each other. And so we just kind of wrote a song about that, and it's so fun.
And what's some of your favorite things about Christmas?
I love the tradition. I love family. I love the sparkles. I love the way that truly everybody I feel like is just happy. And I love that it's a moment where we can all just take a step back and thank, God and each other for an incredible year.
And what's a RaeLynn Christmas tradition that people might not know that you do?
Well, I love to do Christmas cards. But a RaeLynn traditional Christmas, I mean, oh my gosh. Um, oh, I normally put up the tree way earlier, but we have had so much going on. I think building traditions for my daughter has been a thing for me. Like, I didn't really have a lot of crazy traditions growing up. So doing the cookies, doing gingerbread houses, watching Christmas movies, getting in our Christmas jammies, all those things are so much fun.
And you've just mentioned your daughter there. Since having your daughter, when you've been writing your music, have you noticed there's been a change, or have you been able to draw inspirations from your daughter as well?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. She is so much fun. And honestly, I feel like kids have a great litmus test on what songs are good and what songs are not. And so she loves listening to music in the car. If I don't have it on, she's yelling at me. So it's hard for me to do work calls in the car now. But she is truly so musical, and it's really cool to see that part of her personality come out.
It's amazing. And you'll
Yeah.
be ready for Christmas because you've just been on the road with Jason Aldean and you've done a hell of a lot of
Yes.
shows. What was that experience like?
Jason is the best. We did 33 shows this summer, and it was really cool to get to connect to his fans. His fans are so welcoming, and I played a lot of this new music on the road, and they loved it and they welcomed it. And I'm really excited to just see those seeds that were planted this summer with fans and how they grow when I, come back to these markets by myself. But yeah, Jason is such an incredible artist to learn from and to watch him every night. Just be so loose on stage, loving life, getting to hear the truth every night live. I didn't miss it once. Was super epic, and I'm just super excited for, everything that is going to come. But this summer was such a special summer.
And you've been to the UK, you've performed the Country the Country
Yep.
Festival, you came across and supported Marin Morris.
Yep.
What was your experience like of the UK?
I loved the UK. I had so much fun traveling. I had what's the Cafe Neuro? I had so
Yeah.
much at that cafe. I mean, listen, I love coffee, so I remember every coffee place. I had to get used to the fans like, really taking every song in and not being like, whoa, like rowdy as hell, like, they are in America. But I once I got used to that, I like how intentional you guys are. I like the way that you take in every lyric and every song, and you can tell that y'all are you love music and you love lyrics. And as, a country artist who admires both of those things and the melody, it means a lot to me. And so I've not had a good time in the UK, so I'm excited to come back.
Amazing. Well, we hope to have you back across very
Yes.
soon. Country
Yes.
music's absolutely booming across here. Artists are doing
I
big
love it.
venues and like yeah, the fan base just keeps growing. I think last year it was the like highest grown genre of music at 4 billion streams.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
And yeah, would love to have you back across. And so one question I would love to ask, because you've done quite a lot in your career, like you've been on The Voice, you've performed at some great venues, and you've also been nominated for multiple awards. What's been a career highlight of yours so far, if you had to pick one?
It was probably when Wild Horse debuted at number one and on Billboard. I feel like that was a moment where I just felt like like we did it. Like it was so fun to see a record that I poured my heart and soul out be number one. And I'll just never forget it. And I was at the ACMs with my dad and my husband was training and to be able to have that experience and it's just something I'll never forget. So probably that moment. And then also meeting Dolly Parton was a big moment too.
Yeah, not yeah, that's top
I cried
tier.
when I met her. It was amazing.
Well, uh, coming to the end of 2025, so what plans have you got for the rest of
Yeah.
25 and beginning 2026? Can we expect any more music,
Yeah.
any more shows coming up next year? Any excitement announcements?
Yeah, so I'm doing a few Christmas shows this December. I'm playing in Nashville on December 11th. So if anybody wants to come, if you're in America, come see me. I'm playing the Opry this Christmas, obviously promoting my Christmas stuff. And then next year we're going to American Radio and I'm trying to lock down a few touring spots and working on new music and finishing up my project. So my record is done. I just have a few spots I'm gonna fill that I'm excited about. So yeah.
Brilliant. Well, we can't wait to see what the rest of the year
Thank
in
you. Thank you
2026
so
has got in
much.
store for you. And thank you once again for joining us, RaeLynn. It's been a true pleasure.
I appreciate you.